Hi everyone, my name is GandhiMarquez and I'm a Senior Guest Services Officer on board Spectrum of the Seas, which is the largest cruise ship assigned in Asia. Today I'm going to present to you the SWOT analysis of Royal Caribbean as well as the technological advancement that I developed. So let me start with the strengths of Royal Caribbean. The company itself has a very strong brand profile, wherein as we all know, Royal Caribbean is a very well-known company in terms of the cruise line industry, with its skilled labor workforce with over 70 nationalities all throughout the world. It has increasing revenue streams focusing on digital market with established IT systems for onboard and shoreside personnel usage for the operation. We do have this strategic partnership as well with brand suppliers in order to maintain the product consistency. The impeccable performance in our new markets, wherein right now we are focusing on our Asian markets. The expansion of our ship deployments, which reached already up to 5 continents right now. The strong distribution of networks, wherein we do have offices in UK, US, Australia, as well in Asia. And also the upcoming technologically designed new ship, which is our Odyssey of the Seas and Wonder of the Seas. And lastly is our private island destinations that you can able to experience in US, in the South Pacific Islands, and soon you're going to experience as well in Asia. Moving forward to the weaknesses of the company, first is the employee turnover rates. As we all know, the employees here on board is in a contractual basis of their work. And also due to the stoppage of its operation, we do have this lack of cash flow that really affects and leads the company of taking out loans in order to sustain, in order to provide the business needs. And also, next thing is the dependency on fuel cost, wherein if the fuel price increases, then our product price will gonna increase as well. And lastly is the closing of port of calls. As we all know right now, due to the pandemic COVID-19, there's a lot of countries that they're closing their borders because of this, which really affects the cruise line operations. Next is the opportunities of Royal Caribbean. As we all know right now, there's a high number of internet users currently as of this time, which really gives a big opportunity to Royal Caribbean to sell their products directly online. Next thing is the green government driven, wherein we're having this good collaboration and good partnership with the local government with our proper waste disposal. And next is the globalization, which is a great opportunity for us since we're an international company where we can able to deploy ships internationally. Next thing is the development of technological advancement that would really attract our consumers to patronize our products. Next is the social media, where it's a very good and highly and effective digitalized platform for advertisements of our products. Next is the e-commerce, wherein right now we are adapting on this modern era, and it's a great opportunity for us to sell our products directly online to our consumers. Next is the high expansion of tourism or high opening of tourism destination, which is a great opportunity for our company as well. Next is the high buying power of our guests or consumers in order to have this vacation experience. And lastly is the transportation industry. Because we are collaborating with all the transportation from the airport heading to the ship, which is a very great opportunity as well to Royal Caribbean. Next and lastly is the threats. As we all know right now, the currency exchange of each country fluctuates from time to time, which is a big threat to the company because we are international and our price market for our products based on the country's currency rate. Next is the political uncertainties, or in some other countries right now encounter some political issues that really affects the operation. Third is the international regulation. Most likely as of now that there will be a strict implementation of different regulations all throughout the world. It's because of this pandemic COVID-19. Next is the fuel price. As what I mentioned earlier, if the fuel price increases, then our product price as well increases, which is a great threat to the company. The new entrants or the new company that entered a cruise line industry, such as the Virgin Voyage, as we all know, that's the very newest company who entered cruise line industry right now, is a great threat as well to the company. And lastly is the technological developments, wherein as of now, the newest MSC ship developed a very robotic design program for normal conversations for the guest. And now I'm going to discuss about the technological advancement that I developed for Royal Caribbean. So I named it as the Royal Robo App. And as you can see on the screen, these are all the functions of the Royal Robo App. And let me discuss first. The first function is the cruise planner, wherein you can able to book shows and check the daily planner activities on board the ship. You can able to make a reservation as well on the restaurant, as well as your shore excursion once you're gonna go off the ship in one of the port of calls. And also, if you're lost on the ship or if you wanted to visit any venues, you can able to use as well this function to locate that particular venue on the ship. Next is the mobile check-in, wherein you can able to scan your passport information or any valid IDs for validation to our company of your information. Third is the virtual card, wherein this function will gonna give you access to open your stateroom via your app, and also there is an encoded barcode within your mobile app, so that our security will gonna scan once you're gonna go outside the ship for accountable usage. And next is the folio, which is a function that you can able to view your balance and statements of your purchases. And next, as what I mentioned earlier, there's an expedited arrival when you are going to fast track check-in process because you have already your passport scan. And this one, once you're gonna do the check-in process, it will gonna generate automatically the set sail pass that you're going to present to the staff. And lastly is the temperature with its GPS tracker. So this one, all of the guests can able to review their temperatures for the whole cruise through this function of the Royal app. So this Royal Robo app, as you can see, there's a robot in there. So this particular Robo app here is a very user-friendly designed RoboCap. So once the guests were gonna click this Royal Robo app, it will gonna give you 3 iconic options, which is the information query that really talks about if you need about any ship's information. The second one is the assistance corner, wherein this one talks about any assistant you need throughout your whole vacation. And the third one is the Let's Resolve It, where this function talks about all the inconveniences that you encountered all throughout the cruise, which will automatically escalate to the relevant department for your issue that you encountered. And lastly is the emergency icon, wherein this one will immediately notify our security for an immediate assistance to wherever venues that you have. So this Royal Robo app is in collaboration with the second technological advancement that I developed, which is the facial recognition temperature scanner. And as you can see on the screen, these are all the parts of this thermal scanner with its corresponding functions. And take note, this particular facial scanner has its motherboard for transmitting data. So this facial recognition temperature scanner will gonna in place all throughout the ship. I mean, it will be in place on the very first time they arrive on the terminal, and it was placed on all venues of the ship for temperature checking. The scanners will gonna indicate the name of the guest on the lower bottom and also the temperature on the upper side of the screen. The scanners will gonna blink green if the temperature is good, and it will gonna blink twice if the temperature is red, in which it will gonna transmit automatically data or notification to our safety command center, which is the medical center. Then automatically the nurse on duty will gonna visit you on the particular location of the thermal scanner. And next, the scanners will gonna immediately transmit the temperature data with all of the guest information to the safety command center, which is the medical center, in order for a record, and transmit that one to the quarantine officials as part of the arrival requirement. And next thing, as what I mentioned earlier, this is in collaboration with the Royal Robo app. So once it will be scanned automatically, the motherboard of this particular scanner will gonna transmit data to the Royal Robo app so that the guests can able to check their temperature for the whole cruise. The scanners will gonna automatically ask the guests as well through the built-in speakers to sanitize their hands using these UV rays scanners. At the same time, as they finish that one, the speakers of this particular scanner will gonna notify the guests to wash their hands very often and observe proper social distancing. So that's all the technological advancement that I created with Royal Caribbean, and this ends my presentation, and I'm looking forward seeing you on board one of the Royal Caribbean ships soon. Thank you.